Hi everyone, it's Kim, and today I'm here to share with you my Graphic 45 Couture mini album, which is a Gina's Design Laser Cuts design team project. And the mini album itself is actually called Boutique mini album, and it's from Gina's store. And you get 6 pages, but I've only used 5, and I'll explain why in a moment. And I really loved this Graphic 45 paper, and I thought that the shape and style of this mini album of Gina's really lent itself to using this paper with it. And I have not done a mini album ever. This is actually my very first mini album. I've done a tag album before, and it just isn't my thing, but I really had fun with this one, and I think that was because of the subject matter, the paper, and of course all the gorgeous chipboard pieces from Gina. So let me get started, and I'm sure you saw the photographs at the beginning, but let me explain to you what I have done. As I said, this is Gina's boutique mini album from her store, and what you get with this is 6 pages. You also get the window frame, and you get the door. So that's what you get with the mini album. I love this door. I just did it very simply with black embossing powder just to make it look like wrought iron. And I wanted this to look like a little couture dress shop, very vintage dress shop, so that's kind of the way that I styled it. So what I did on the front here was kind of fun and interesting. Like I said, this book comes with 6 pages, but I only decorated 5. What I did with the 6th page was I cut the top off. The pages are flat, and I'll show you the back. They look like this. And you can see on the corner here it's got the little piece for the roof, and it's just a very straight side. So that's what the front page looked like. So I took the 6th page and I cut that piece off. So I had this piece to make an awning, and then I cut another piece of the chipboard, and you can see under there, and I glued it just to pop the awning up a bit, and I painted it black and used some of these little pieces here that I got from Alpha Stamps. They're actually some paper pieces that I got from Alpha Stamps, and they're really kind of fun. So I use them a lot on here, and you'll see them as we go along. So I created this awning using the Couture paper as well, and you can see here that this is the paper in the background, the stripes, and I just cut out the word Couture for the name of the dress shop. And over here I've got some wooden heads from my stash that I put on, and this is this piece here is from Gina's Designs, and it's one of the cameo heads. And I just embossed that in a lovely sort of bluey green color, just to sort of give it a nice feminine look. And then over here in the corner I've added some flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts, and these leaves here are from Gina's Designs. They're her fern fronds, and I've got them sort of all over the front here. And then this piece here is actually a Prima piece from the I think it's Francais or something paper line. It's an older line anyway, and these are some of the chipboard pieces from it that you'll see in here that I used. And then down here, this is another Prima chipboard piece, and it went really well, that collection, with this paper line, strangely, because they're 2 different companies, but the colors matched, and I used quite a few of these chipboard pieces on here, so again, you'll see them as we go along. So I used the blue striped paper for the front of the store, and I embossed the window and the door in black, as I said, and then I cut out a couple of small pieces from the paper line just to give the door a bit of a look, and name the shop Cecilia, Rue de Paris in New York. And then I've got this beautiful lovely lady in the window, and more of these vintage little paper pieces from Alpha Stamps. Now, to make this awning, like I said, I cut the top piece and used that other piece behind it to pop it up. And then I took another piece of the paper, the black and white here, to give it sort of an awning look, and then I put a bit of lace, black lace, behind it. So I really wanted it to have that awning type look of the front of a store, so you can see that it's popped up there. And as I was doing the front, I was talking to Gina, and I was telling her what I was doing. She said, you know, it'd be cute if you put a window box. So I made a window box. I made a window box out of the leftover chipboard underneath the window, and I filled it with all these beautiful wild orchid craft flowers and some petaloo flowers. And again, I've used more of Gina's fern fronds here, more of the paper line, and some black lace. And I just, you know, it was really easy to build that. It's just basically a long rectangle shape, and then I glued it to the front. And then here I've got one of Gina's dress forms that I embossed. So the front is fairly simple, but I'm pretty happy with it. Now on the inside here, this might be a little tricky, but I'll try and show you all of the things that I've got going on in here. This is the first page, and here in the corner I've used a piece of lace and one of Gina's beautiful miniature dress forms here, and I've just embossed it in like a black and bronze, I believe. But that it was a Lindy Stamp Gang color, and I've also used the hanger here, which is from Gina's sewing set, and again some lace. This lace is from Craft Supplies 1, and I just wound a bit more lace around here. And now this, I'm so proud of myself, guys, because I've never done this before, and I watched a ton of tutorials on YouTube, and this is the waterfall, and I used this little Prima piece down here, so when you pull it, ta-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it actually works. But I'm trying to do this one hand. There we go. It actually works. It goes up and down. I'm so proud of myself that I figured out how to do it. I just couldn't believe that I could figure that out. So I'm really pleased with this waterfall piece. And then here I've used one of Gina's labels, and this was kind of fun. What I did was I embossed it with some Silver Moon Turquoise Lindy Stamp Gang, and then I got out some Stampendous mica flakes, and I put them on top. So that's why it's got that really cool, sort of neat mottled look. And then I did the top here with some chunky white embossing powder, and I cut out the sentiment from the paper that says "You are beautiful." So that's what sits on the top page, and then I've just got this little dress form Brad sitting here. So there's lots of room here when you flip up the waterfall. You can see you can put lots of room there for pictures. So that's how that works. So yeah, that's my little pride and joy there. And then over on this page, and you can see too that I've just bound it with some metal rings. Over here I've got some beautiful lace from Lavish Laces at the top, and here's another piece from the paper line with this gorgeous vintage lady. And I just made a very simple pocket here, and then I folded down the top. And then this piece here is from Gina's Designs. These are her postage stamp frames. And of course the paper line has postage stamps, so I thought that would be perfect to put inside the little frame. And I used some glossy accents, and you can see in there, I hope, some micro beads that I just put inside to give it a bit of texture. And then here I've used some glitter words, some glitter letters, and it just says fashion. And then some more, I think this is from Lavish Laces down here on the bottom of the tag. So this page is fairly simple. And then the tag itself is actually from Gina's. She sells tags in all different sizes in her store, and I just took several of my stamps and a bunch of different distress inks in colors, and just sort of did like an all-over stamping with different stamps in different shades. And then at the end I took my dress form stamp and a thread and just did that in black on top. So pretty simple, but a neat effect. And then on the back, whoops, you can see the same, and I just used the spools. So you can add a photo there or some journaling or whatever you like. So, and that just sits inside this pocket like that. And then on our next page here, this is a bit more of a complicated fold. And again, I got this off YouTube, so I don't remember who made these originally. I just searched, and there's tons of different tutorials for different folds for mini albums, so very easy to find. And if a novice like me can find them, I'm sure you guys can too. So these are not my original designs or anything like that, but you know, so I just did what I liked, and it kind of worked out. This is with I think 1 or 2 pieces of paper. It was a really fun one. It's been a while since I made this. I've had it made for about a month and a half now, so it wasn't ready to go live yet on the blog or anything, so it's been sitting here. So, but I'm happy I get to show you now. So again, here's more paper from the collection, and I used this lovely orange one in the background, and I've got some flowers here in the corner. And then this is a little wooden cameo for my stash that I use glossy accents and micro beads on. And then down here in the corner I've got this wooden shoe for my stash. Again, just keeping up with the sort of fashion theme. And then here I've added some laces and the word dream from my stash. And here you could put like a photograph, and I've got a metal corner here from Butterby Scraps. And then it lifts up, and then you've got 2 more places here for photos. I just love this paper. It's so pretty. And then down here I've got this really cute little vintage lady. Whoops, sorry. This is kind of hard to film. I've got this vintage lady here, and she's from Scotty Pork Chop. And you just lift her up by the feet to flip the page. And then here on the other side I've created another pocket for a tag, which you can see here. I didn't do anything to this tag. It's just kind of sitting in there. And here is another stamp frame and another cutout stamp with the glossy accents and the micro beads. And I embossed that with some aged teal from Stampendous. Whoops. And then this one here is kind of fun and interesting. This is a pocket, and it's actually got 3 sections. You can put things back here, in here for this one, and then over here on this side as well. There's a little bit of room here. You can stick something in right there. So that's kind of fun. And then you flip that one up, and then there's over here just a photo mat, and then this is a shoe from Scotty Pork Chop. And then I just created another little envelope here that you can put a tag or something in. So that's that page. And then this page here is really fun. I've used a wooden dress form from Gina's, and I've covered it with some burlap paper and this little metal tag that says create, and a couple of little metal embellishments and a flower. And then I've used some weathered wood Ranger embossing powder. And then this is another of Gina's dress forms, and I just did it in this lovely sort of teal color to pick up on the teals in the paper. And then some letters from my stash that spell sew, and a couple of flat back pearls. Another postage stamp frame with a stamp. Same treatment with the micro beads. I'm sure you can see them there, and the glossy accents. And then this is a very simple pocket that I did here. And then I cut out these 3 images from the paper line. Really, really gorgeous images. I really love this paper. So pretty, and you can see here more of the gorgeous paper, some lace, and then a metal corner from Butterby Scraps, and then these all just kind of slide in the pocket like that, so there's room for journaling. And then on this page it's rather simple. I've made 2 photo mats, just very plain, very simple, rounded corners. And then here's another piece of the chipboard collection from Prima. And then this piece here is from Gina's. It says Dream. This is one of her fanciful frames. And I've embossed it in a nice sort of teal color. Here is another of her postage stamp frames and another stamp. I just love these stamps. They're so fun. And some flowers from Craft Supplies 1. Whoops, sorry. And then another little chipboard button from Prima. So the colors were really well, I couldn't believe how well they went together with this collection. I was quite happy. So here's another page, and there you can see another lady. She's a chipboard piece. Now this is just the a flip place that you can put photos, and I've just got a wooden sentiment here from my stash, and a button, some black lace going across here, and a flower from Craft Supplies 1. And I've used this beautiful peacock paper on this side, and this one just flips up like that. Really simple to do this, guys. Really, really super simple. And then I've just got this sentiment here that says wonderful. So that's a very simple page, but effective. And then here I've done a couple of different things. I love this paper, the black paper with the pattern on it. That's really kind of fun. So I've put this beautiful white lace across the top here. And then here I've got some buttons, and I've just taken some thread and sort of wound it around. So I'm just going to unwind it. And then if you pull this down, well, you fold it up like that, you've got 2 pages there for pictures, and then if you pull it down, you've got 3 pages. One there, and then one up here. And then this just goes back underneath the lace to hold it in. And then you take your string, and then just tie it back up again. So that was kind of fun. And then here you'll see one of Gina's windows. These are her cottage windows, and I've just taken some aged silver embossing powder, and I thought that looked really cool against the black. And then here I folded and made a little envelope to store some journaling in. I added a metal piece here that you can lift it up by, and one of Gina's gorgeous doilies, and there you can see. You just put your little sentiment or whatever inside here. And there's some more of the stamps on the inside, so that just folds down. And then here, once again, another postage stamp. So that's kind of like a neat little theme throughout the book. And last but not least, this page here, one of my favorite papers in the back here, this gorgeous vintage lady. And I had this really great chipboard piece of this beautiful lady in the red dress, and it just picked up on the red in the paper so well, I thought. And then I cut this out from the paper line. Just for some journaling spots, somewhere to write, and then I've got the word love in a chipboard piece, and then this photo piece here from my stash, and then just some lace to trim it off. And then on the back I've got another chipboard piece, and whoever I give this to, I'm going to put their name on here, and then another piece here, and just a bit of lace just to finish the back off. But that's basically it. And then, of course, as I said, I'd used the rings. I just added some lace and some seam binding. It's a pretty chunky album, but I'm pleased with it because, like I said, this is my very first mini album, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really cute. Let's see if I can just get it to stand up here, and I'll move my camera so you can get a full look at it. So there's the top, and then the flowers, and my awning that I made. And there you can see the lady standing at the door ready to go in the shop, and there's my little flower box I made at the front. So lots of beautiful, yummy Gina pieces here, and the album itself is from Gina's, so you know, it was a really fun thing to make, and like I said, for people who are not mini album makers like myself, give it a try, because you never know. I really did have a lot of fun with this one because it's such a unique shape, and it was fun sort of creating a little fashion store. So check it out, and I'm going to, this is actually going to be up on Gina's blog today as well. So I'm going to put the link to the blog so you can see more still photos and more information about the mini album, and a link to Gina's store as well, so you can go and check out all the yummy goodies that I used in this mini album and the mini album itself. So I really hope that you like it, and thank you so much for your comments and everything that you've left me. Oh, and I want to thank you too for all your kindness and comments for my my bonus DT project I did for Gina's, the mixed media tag. I had so much fun with that, so thank you guys for that. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.